Well, you're fat, but you had hard muscles, okay? But outside your muscles, you're fat.
In a shocking move that shocked fans, Mike Tyson called Jake Paul a fat guy. Jake responded angrily, and the tension between the two men grew. Tyson's harsh comment wasn't just meant to provoke, it was also meant to signal the mindset he'd bring into the ring. While he may not be as young as Paul, Tyson's experience and drive haven't faded. He doesn't need hype. He's earned his reputation through decades of fighting and discipline with the intensity that had defined his career. Tyson's words hinted at how he would prepare for the fight. Tyson's focus was clear, almost as if he were questioning the need for all the pre-fight antics that modern fighters like Paul often rely on.
I'm just, it hasn't changed much. It's a fight I'm preparing for. I'm training a lot harder, and I'm just ready. It's hard to explain the training methods and stuff. I'm just ready to fight.
To back up what he says, Tyson works hard in the gym every day, putting himself through tough rounds of boxing drills, strength sessions, and cardio routines that would challenge fighters half his age. Every day, Tyson spends hours in the gym, showing a dedication that goes beyond the physical. It's clear that he's not just there to show up, he's ready to dominate. Each session brings out the focus and grit that defined his early years and continue to fuel him today, making it clear that he's ready for whatever Paul brings to the ring.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's the one.
Tyson's training isn't just about getting fit, it's about being ready at any moment. He's taken every part of his preparation seriously, pushing his body and mind to be in peak condition. When asked about his readiness, Tyson's confidence was clear. He stated, "Yeah, I feel I'm ready today, right this second." This wasn't just a statement, it showed his dedication and focus, proving he wasn't leaving anything to chance. This wasn't Tyson's first time in the spotlight, nor was it his first time facing a younger opponent. He's gone head-to-head with fighters of all ages and skill levels, always putting his heart into each match. He has nothing left to prove to Paul or anyone else, but his level of readiness says everything about his approach. In Tyson's view, youth doesn't automatically mean strength or skill. He stated, "I get more massages than before." Well, younger doesn't necessarily mean better, It's just good hype for the fight, but it doesn't necessarily mean better. I fought younger guys younger than him, better fighters than he is, so I'm just prepared to fight. Tyson said this, brushing off Paul's youth as just pointless hype, showing he wasn't bothered by age or sheeness. For Tyson, boxing was a lifestyle built on commitment and resilience, while younger fighters often relied on raw physical strength. Tyson's career was defined by hard work and endurance, traits he carried well into his later years. His approach to training didn't change simply because he was older. Instead, he adjusted his routine, adding exercises that respected his body's needs while still keeping him in peak condition. Tyson knew that his level of dedication was uncommon in the sport, especially among fighters his age. Unlike many, he made care a priority, ensuring he looked and performed at his best through sheer discipline and consistent effort. Tyson's approach wasn't about showing off, it was a straightforward reminder of the commitment that set him apart.
The reason why you don't see most fighters doing this is because most fighters are not Mike Tyson. They're not taking care of themselves. Most of you see a fighter, if you see a fighter my age, he doesn't look like I look. He doesn't perform like.
Tyson acknowledged the toll age had taken on his body, but he refused to let it slow him down. He stated, "The only thing that makes a difference is that my body might get sorer than it did when I was younger, so I need more massages. I get 3 massages a day. But other than that, I work just as hard. I work pretty much through the whole day." For Tyson, the aches and pains were simply part of the process, a reminder of his hard work and dedication. He wasn't content to coast on his reputation. He continued to push himself, setting an example of relentless commitment. But for Tyson, age was just a number. Despite the physical toll, his mindset remained as fierce as ever. Age didn't change who he was at his core. Decades older than his opponent, he refused to let the age gap define the fight. For him, experience and skill mattered far more than numbers. He approached each fight with the same intensity and focus that had carried him through his career, confident that he still had what it took to stand his ground. His name alone was a reminder of his legendary status, And he knew it. He stated, "Well, listen, I'm 60 years old. He's 27, but I am Mike Tyson, and he isn't." That single statement summed up Tyson's belief that his legacy, experience, and relentless drive set him apart. Age was simply a detail. With this attitude, it's no surprise that Tyson's age has become a frequent topic of discussion. Many wonder how he manages to stay in fighting shape, especially at his age. The question comes up so often that it's almost expected in every interview, yet Tyson's response never changes. He doesn't see age as a barrier for him. The only real difference is the extra care his body needs, but beyond that, he trains with the same intensity and commitment he had in his younger days.
We're 22.
Not much different. I just need more massages than normal, but other than that, no.
Tyson's approach to training is relentless, but he's also wise enough to embrace the benefits of modern sports science. Over the years, his preparation has gone beyond just the physical workouts that marked his younger days. Today, he uses advanced treatments and recovery techniques, ensuring he can perform at his peak even after decades in the ring. He understands that staying competitive means evolving, and he's adapted his routine to keep up with the times, using every tool available to stay in fighting shape. Well, boxing has become more nowadays. You can get in better condition than you did in the past, Tyson explained, noting how the field has changed for him. It's not just about raw strength, but about tapping into new methods that make training more effective and sustainable. He recognizes that the tools available today weren't around during his early career, yet uses them fully to his advantage. One of these methods involves specialized treatments that help his body recover faster and keep his energy high. He stated, "We have medicine, we have treatments. As I was saying before, I get my electric treatment that's new to boxing, and it rejuvenates me and gives me the energy that I need." Tyson understands that recovery is as important as training, and he's adopted these methods to maintain his edge. This openness to new techniques shows that he's not relying solely on his past experiences, but is constantly looking to improve beyond these recovery treatments. Tyson has even found unique ways to prepare himself mentally and physically. Right before sparring, I always take LFGO before I go sparring. Just put one in my mouth for a few minutes, spit it out, and then it's on. That's my energy, he said, revealing a personal ritual that helps him find the focus and stamina he needs. Tyson's preparation is a blend of old school discipline and modern innovation, showing he's ready to use every possible advantage to stay at the top of his game. Tyson's commitment to innovation and advanced recovery techniques doesn't mean he's taking it easy. Far from it, his willingness to use modern methods complements rather than replaces the raw intensity of his workouts. Even with these extra supports, he holds himself to a grueling daily routine that pushes him to his limits. His dedication to his training, even at this stage in his career, speaks volumes about his determination and the standards he sets for himself. Tyson's training regimen was intense by any standard. He didn't just hit the gym and call it a day. His routine involved 10 rounds on the assault bike, 6 to 7 rounds of boxing and body exercises that would exhaust fighters half his age. Same thing, I do 10 rounds on the assault bike. I box 6 to 7 rounds a day. I do my body exercises. It's just extreme work, but the only difference is I do it 3 times a day, he explained, showing the depth of his commitment. For Tyson, these routines weren't just about fitness, they were about pushing himself as far as he could go. Tyson's intense workouts aren't just words, they're backed by hours of rigorous, focused training. Each punch he throws carries the power and precision of someone who spent a lifetime perfecting his craft. He moves with a speed and intensity that defy his age, showing he's as sharp as ever. This video captures his relentless punching work, revealing the power and dedication he brings to every session.
Yeah, so far. Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's the word.
20 seconds. And then the end. It's just like that.
After boxing, Tyson's day was far from over. After I finish my boxing training, I do my strength and conditioning training. Then I do my weights later on that night, he said, describing a schedule that few could keep up with. For Tyson, this level of dedication was second nature. He didn't view it as Extraordinary, it was simply the standard he held himself to. Despite the rigorous training, Tyson didn't shy away from the pain, a lot of pain, he admitted, acknowledging the physical toll his lifestyle took on him. But for Tyson, pain wasn't a deterrent, it was a sign that he was pushing himself to his limits, a constant companion in his journey. As a fighter, pain wasn't an enemy, it was part of the process, a reminder that he was still here, still fighting. Reflecting on his career, Tyson spoke about the pressures he faced in his younger days when fame came at a high personal cost for him. The early years weren't just about victories, they were a whirlwind of expectations, legal battles, and personal struggles that overshadowed his success. The weight of his reputation often kept him from experiencing the joy of his accomplishments. He stated, "I think when I was fighting professionally, I was too stressed out. I never had a chance to relax, never had a chance to be me, enjoy who I was. I never had a chance to enjoy my championship because everything was coming at me." Lawsuits here, lawsuits there, divorces. Tyson's honesty showed just how much the pressures of fame had kept him from truly enjoying his success. Now Tyson viewed the fight as a chance to savor the moment, to fight without the weight of fame pressing down on him. This time he was entering the ring with a clear mind, free to experience the sport he loved on his own terms. He stated, "And this is the moment in time I can enjoy myself as a human being. I have better life skills than I had when I was fighting." Tyson's perspective had evolved. He was here to enjoy the fight, not just endure it. Even the prospect of fighting in front of a crowd had a different meaning for Tyson. "Now I kind of dig being seen by 880,000 people live," he said with a grin. For Tyson, this wasn't just about proving himself, it was about enjoying the experience, a privilege he had rarely allowed himself in his younger years. Meanwhile, Jake Paul was preparing with his own kind of confidence. Facing Tyson was more than just a match, it was an opportunity to cement his place in boxing. Paul saw Tyson as the ultimate challenge, a final boss to conquer, and defeating him would be proof that he belonged among boxing's best. Taking on someone with Tyson's legacy was a risk Paul was ready to embrace, eager to silence his critics. For Paul, this fight was as much about building his own legacy as it was about standing toe-to-toe with a legend.
Boxer. Yeah, 100%. They say he's the baddest man on the planet, so let's find out. Apparently, he's the final boss, moving up to heavyweight and continue to prove all these dumbasses wrong. That's what I do my whole entire life. Boo yourselves. Boo yourselves.
But Tyson wasn't convinced by the hype. He acknowledged Paul's progress as a fighter, but was brutally honest about the outcome he anticipated. He stated, "Hey, let me just be honest, he's improved a lot." Yes, he did improve a lot, but he's not going to have a good night when he fights me. Tyson's confidence was unwavering, a reflection of the decades he'd spent in the ring and the battles had survived. Paul didn't hold back from throwing a few light-hearted jabs of his own. Tyson's "fat guy" comment became the perfect setup for Paul's sarcastic response, and he wasn't going to miss the opportunity. With his usual humor, Paul made it clear that he could take the criticism and turn it into entertainment. As the verbal exchanges heated up, Paul played his part, never missing a beat in keeping the crowd engaged. Smirking, he asked Tyson, "Make up your mind, were they hard or am I fat?" It was a playful comeback that kept the rivalry fun and didn't let Tyson's comment throw him off balance. Tyson, however, wasn't about to let Paul take the upper hand. In their verbal sparring, he responded without missing a beat, coolly reminding Paul that he was serious about the fight. Tyson's reply was sharp but calm, adding a touch of wisdom to his words. With a measured tone, he remarked, "Well, you're fat, but you have hard muscles, okay? But outside your muscles, you're fat. Lay off the weed." Tyson's response wasn't just about returning the insult, it was a subtle reminder to Paul that there was more to fighting than just words. Paul wasn't one to let Tyson's fat comment go unchallenged. Rather than taking offense, he turned it into a joke, showing that he could embrace Tyson's insult. With his trademark humor, known for his quick wit and playful attitude, Paul found a way to keep the banter alive, proving he could roll with the punches both inside and outside the ring. His response wasn't just a comeback, it was a statement that he wouldn't let Tyson's words get under his skin. For Paul, this exchange was all part
I know he's in his prime, he's fat.
I'm not fat.
He should be lean and mean, he's fat and funky.
In heavyweight.
He's fat.
Fuck you, Mike.
I don't know he's in his prime, he's fat. He should be lean and mean, he's fat and funky. I saw him with his shirt off the other day, he's fat.
Paul's response may have kept things lighthearted, but Tyson remained focused on the serious task ahead. While he acknowledged Paul's progress, Tyson was confident in his own experience and readiness. He respected Paul's improvement, but saw it as no match for his own seasoned abilities. Tyson gave credit where it was due, but didn't hold back on his prediction. He stated, "Yes, he did improve a lot, but he's not going to have a good night when he fights me." Tyson's perspective was grounded in experience, a reminder that boxing wasn't just about skill, it was about heart, dedication, and the willingness to endure. Tyson couldn't resist adding a touch of irony to his confidence, almost challenging Paul to prove himself against a fighter with his level of experience. He hinted that, as the younger man, Paul should be able to handle the strength of an older opponent. Tyson's words reflected his belief that experience and technique could still outmatch youth. It was a playful yet pointed reminder that despite the age gap, he remained a force to be reckoned with. For Tyson, this was as much about testing Paul's resilience as it was about proving his own enduring power. You
should try it. He's a younger man. He should be able to handle punches from an old, withering man like me.
Tyson made his intentions crystal clear as he addressed his approach to the upcoming fight. Far from simply stepping into the ring for sport, he was bringing the same fierce energy that had defined his career. His focus wasn't just on winning, but on delivering a powerful physical message. He stated, "No, I'm not a round guy, but I'm just going in there with bad intentions. My intention is to hurt this young man." Tyson wasn't interested in holding back. He intended to make the fight unforgettable with every punch carrying purpose. This was more than just a match. It was his chance to remind everyone, especially Paul, of the power he still possessed. As the tension grew, Tyson's tone turned serious, giving Paul a reality check about what it truly meant to face him in the ring. This fight wasn't just another social media event or a chance for playful insults. For Tyson, stepping into the ring came with real risk, especially against someone with his level of experience and power. "I think you're suicidal," Tyson said, boldly making his point clear. His words were a warning to Paul that the fight was no game and the stakes were as real as they get with the stage set and the tension high. It's clear that both Tyson and Paul are ready to make this fight unforgettable. Tyson brings years of experience, skill, and raw power, while Paul, with his confidence and wit, aims to prove himself against a true legend. Both men have something to show, and their styles couldn't be more different. Tyson's focus on intensity and risk contrasts sharply with Paul's playful approach, but the question remains, who will have the edge when they step into the ring? What do you think? Will Tyson's experience and determination overpower Paul's youthful confidence, or will Paul surprise everyone with his resilience and strategy? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content like this.